Hey guys, this is Shubham Gupta and welcome to my channel Learning Unigraphics NX, or which is now better known as Siemens NX. Here we'll be dealing with videos which will actually be tutorials on how to use NX. I will be covering from basic sketching to normal features to assembly drawings and other complex drawings. So let's get started then. Welcome to your lesson 01, Introduction to NX. NX is basically a PLM licensed software which was originally developed by Unigraphics but is now taken over by Siemens, and it actually has a lot of functions, but we'll be dealing with the modeling features of Siemens NX. It's actually a pretty heavy software, and you probably want to have a high-end PC or laptop to run the software. You need a decent graphics card. Make sure you're always plugged in your charger. Also, turn your computer to high performance before you start to use the software. Just right click over here, you'll have power options, set it to high performance. That's it. Now, here's the icon for Siemens NX 9.0. That's the version I'm having, and I'll be dealing with everything in Siemens NX 9.0. So, let's open it. It's kind of heavy software, takes a little bit of time to load, but nothing you can do about it. Yeah guys, so this is the home screen of NX9, and okay, let's get acquainted with a few things. Well, the first thing that you need to do is, for anything, is to create a new file. Just create new over here, just click new over here, and see there are various options: model, drawing, simulation, manufacturing, and other stuff. Well, that's not really important for now. Let's go to model, select a model. Now what you see here is there are many options in model as well. Say model, assembly, shape studio, sheet metal, etc. We'll be covering a few of these later. Let's get started. Name your file, say part 1. Now that's your default folder. You may go here and make your own folder as you like, where you want to save the part file. It's always preferable to make a new folder and save it according to the kind of thing you're modeling. Anyways, say for example, I'm just doing sample, right? So this, so now that's your sample folder. So this part is going to get saved in the folder sample. It's going to take a little bit of time to load. As I told you, it's kind of heavy software and you need a really powerful PC to run it. Anyways, yeah, so this is the first screen that you get when you open a new file for modeling. Let's get acquainted with few basic things which you would require. I hope it's better if you note down few things. The middle click, when you click the middle mouse button, it will help you rotate the body. Just click, just click your middle button and start hovering your mouse, and it will start rotating whatever body you have. In this case, just the axis or the planes. When you have the middle and right click together, it's going to be used for panning any part that you have. Uh, Again, in this case, the axis or the datum plane. Now, the left click is just used to select, nothing else. Here is the history of this right here, this area right here. It stores the history of whatever operations that you will perform. Now, the first thing that you need to know about modeling is that you whatever model you're going to make. First, you're going to create a basic sketch, a basic outline sketch of that model, and then we're going to use various features provided by the software, which is going to help you obtain that model part. And to create a sketch, you need a plane, a reference plane on which you're going to create that sketch. Okay, so suppose just select sketch. Let's say I want the XY. Let's say I want the XY plane. So this is the XY plane. I selected it. Let's click OK. Now you're going to get a normal view of the XY plane. Now whatever you draw over here, it's going to be on this plane. No matter you rotate this thing while you draw, it's still going to lie on this plane. So it doesn't really matter even if you rotate. Now see, here are some basic shapes which you're going to use to create the sketch. For example, line. Now this is going to select the start point of the line. XC0, YC0 you see over here, which is basically the coordinates of the start point of the line. Now click over here. This is the quick pick menu. This is quite helpful when you have two ambiguous points and they're very close to each other. So what the smart feature of NX does is it gives you a quick pick menu option to select a particular point. It will list out all the points that are available near to that, and you can easily select it. Also, if you move your mouse over here, you can just right click your mouse. You can just select from list. It says lists all selectable objects under the cursor. Now you select the existing point of datum coordinate system. It's selected. Now what you need to do is you need see, while modeling, I'm even using my middle button to rotate even though I'm sketching along with it. Doesn't really make a difference. Here the options are for length and angle. You see, you can set the length of the line and the angle by which the line is going to get rotated about the the angle which it makes with the x-axis. Let's say the length is 100 mm. So one more thing, by default the length is in millimeters. You can you can always change that in settings, whichever you as per your preferences. So now let's say 100 mm, hit enter, let the angle be 0, hit enter. Now your line is created. Just click finish sketch. Here, your line is done. Now, in case you know you made a mistake in drawing the sketch and you want to edit something, how do you do that? Well, you can delete it, create a new sketch by the old procedure, or you can just double click that sketch and you see certain things over here. What you see is 2 points, so 1 and 2. These are the two endpoints of the line. This, you see a certain thick blue line over this line that says it's going to be 0 degrees. Basically, it's showing that the line is parallel to the x-axis. And over here, this is nothing but the dimension in the line. You can just pull it here, here. Now, you can just double click this dimension. P0 is the 0th, the P0 means the 0th dimension. You can change it to say 80. Now you see an option over here, remove expression, measure geometry. What it does is that the dimension will not change and it'll just measure geometry now. It's just going to show you that the dimension of the line is 80, but actually the length of this line is not going to change. While if you select keep expression, adjust geometry, the expression remains 80 and the length is shortened by 20 mm and reduces to 80 mm. You can simply close it. When things look perfect, click finish sketch. Always remember, when you create a sketch, clicking finish sketch is very important. That's how you come out of that sketch. Only then you are allowed to create a new sketch. Well, since this was a beginning lesson, I'll just be covering this. This was just an introduction to NX. Just watch out for lesson 02, where I'll be teaching you how to create different kinds of sketches, how to create different kinds of different planes, and how to create some solid models using the features over here. Thank you for watching, guys. Do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.